Our first competitor represents Kyrgyzstan, 16-year-old Uliana TORBENKOVA. First Junior Grand Prix season.
And as Uliana takes to the ice in this next group, we can see an increased difficulty in the planned program content as we see the higher ranked skaters after the short program. And Uliana intends to open with a big combination of double axel and triple toe.
From Kyrgyzstan, Uliana TORBENKOVA.
Kyrgyzstan's Uliana TORBENKOVA completes her free skate to playing times by Riviera. And as was with the previous group, we see the risk versus reward again coming into play here. More difficulty and thus more opportunity, but also more opportunity for mistakes to be made. And currently the technical panel are reviewing what happened for Uliana in that skate.
Yeah, it's a pretty good example of skaters that are at a higher degree level or difficulty or trying it. Look at that double axel, triple toe to open the program. That was lovely. No problem. You can see she can do it. But when you get a little bit tight in competition, there's that under rotation on that triple loop, and that is being looked at. There's the triple flip that's also under rotated or downgraded, in fact, in the system. And there's triple Salchow. And that is in at an under rotation. So she's going for everything because she can do it probably in practice. That triple Lutz a little bit later in the program, she gets that clean. That's good. So some really good effort here to increase her difficulty under pressure. Some worked and some did not, but she's on the right pathway to increasing her degree of difficulty in international competition. Wasn't all successful, but the effort was there.
And when we were asked the question about the little details, now the little details will be the clarification of all of the jump landings. That will be one primary detail that will have a huge impact for Uliana to take her score significantly higher.
Well, that was a good effort, and that's exactly what a skater like this needs to do, is to go out in international competition and skate to the level that they've been practicing at, knowing that the risk of that is going to maybe end up to be a lower score than you're capable of with a clean skate. But that's part of the process. It's learning. You don't automatically, because you can skate well in practice, become a good competitor. You have to learn to become a competitor. Because that environment is completely different. It's sort of like if you're really good at lecturing your husband or your wife or your brother or your sister, but then you got to do that in front of 1,000 people. All of a sudden, there's panic that sets in, right? It's completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another skill level that you have to learn. You can be comfortable in one environment and extremely uncomfortable in another.
Yeah, you know, another thing to be mindful of for those that are watching that haven't experienced a Junior Grand Prix is that the skaters will have had an earlier practice and then they have the long wait in between, so they've had to have their adrenaline spike and their energies built up for practice. And then there's that, for me, one of the harder things to replicate, which you can't do in practice, is the long wait between practice and competition, because that's daunting.
It's a good point. And also, you rarely, the top competitors do, practice for 6-minute warm-up, get off the ice and wait for 45 minutes, come on cold, and skate your free program. Because that's what you have to do in competition. That's another thing that, generally speaking, you wouldn't do in practice, but you need to learn how to spend time waiting. And where does your mind go in that situation? Let's take a look at the score. 72.30 for Uliana. That's first in the free program, with a total competition score of 113.36 as Uliana TORBENKOVA takes over the lead at this point of the competition.